It's awesome. So let's call them back again, the teenagers, because they have testimonies for the convention that we saw earlier. And let's start with their favorite, Jake.
Yay, Jake!
Well, convention was great. The worship was amazing. I really felt the Holy Spirit. Woo, yeah. Next person.
Preacher. Go, preacher. Go, preacher.
Okay, so at convention, there was a bunch of people, or there were like a lot of kids, and we all went up to the front, and the worship was really powerful, because before we even start worship, you can feel like the soft, cool gust of wind. It's really soft, but as we start to worship, it just suddenly picks up, and you can feel it like swirling around, touching everyone. And everyone's so into worship, and it's just wonderful to see all of these children worshiping God. And I can't wait to see what happens with our generation.
Okay, I'm gonna adjust this. Is this okay? Kind of short. So, okay. So during convention, they talked about how Elisha passed by, I think, a house, and then the residents of the house would always treat him to some dinner, I think, and then he would be off. And then the wife said, "Hey, let's make room for him, so that let's build him a room so that he can stay here and not just keep walking." And then the pastor there said, "It's like you gotta make a room for Jesus in your life and in your heart, and then to keep him there and so he can work in you, and then yeah, and he can work in you and in your heart." And yeah, Katie.
But yeah, exactly what Bryla was saying. He's not for just occasional visits, because Elijah would pass through the town often. He wants us to, and they built a room so he could stay with them there just even a little bit longer, just to get a little more taste of that Holy Spirit that wasn't available back in the day. It was only through those prophets. So that's the same thing. We should always try to make room in our hearts for Jesus to stay long. Not for just occasional visits, for a little brief glances of the Holy Spirit, but always there. One sec. Okay, I'm good now. All right, so my thing was, at convention, it was amazing. The worship was amazing. The preacher, he was great, pretty funny. And everything was just amazing. But the thing I really took away, it was, because every year I go, I usually feel the Holy Spirit like a huge presence. It's just overwhelmingly powerful. As they will say, "I fell to my knees." I will say gracefully, they will not. I did not. Okay. I fell gracefully to my knees one of the years in just tears. Absolute crying, because the Holy Spirit was so present. It was like a hand just like a bag of bricks, I suppose. Anyways, being dropped on my back. But seriously, it was so amazing. I always feel such a heavy presence of the Holy Spirit. But this year was a little bit different. I mean, it wasn't as overpowering as usual. It was almost hardly there. But it's not been an easy year for me. It's junior year. Woohoo! And it's been pretty intense. And through it all, it's kind of hard to be in a relationship when you're always used to God's presence being there. I've always kind of had that, and so this year I've kind of had to adjust with that. I know he's there with me even if I don't always feel him. And I think at this convention it really helped me readjust my focus, because once you, how do I explain this? For me, I kind of lost my purpose for a while. I did not really don't know what I was doing. So this convention kind of made me realize I live for Jesus. I mean, one of the things Carson Wentz said was that I'm living for Jesus. That's my audience, the audience of one. So I thought that was really cool and impactful. And it really was. I mean, there was a lot of different things he said. They didn't get to mention this yet, but in the sound of my voice. This is the preacher. He would always, almost after everything important, he'd say, "In the sound of my voice." It was great. It really was, and that's one of my best memories from there. But anyways, yeah, I found my new purpose. It's living for Jesus no matter what anybody else thinks, no matter the circumstances or how I might feel at the moment. That's what I got from this. Thanks.
Chopsticks. So on our way, so how Katie was talking about purpose, on our way back, Dason, being incredibly tired, he was talking about chopsticks. He's like, how would you eat pizza with chopsticks? Like, the purpose of chopsticks is so that you can like eat, like usually like sushi or noodles, and then like sometimes rice. And then here's Dason, pizza. The purpose of chopsticks is not for pizza. Chopsticks.
It was a very impactful moment, you see. I mean, this was really funny, though, because Dason is usually weird, but this was like a whole new level of tired. He won't be insulted by that, don't worry. But this is a whole new level, and we just realized the purpose of chopsticks. It was very impactful, one of the most impactful things I've gotten from that convention. And a funny story I'd like to share. There you go. Chopsticks.
I thought we're not doing the chopstick. Okay, so I agree with the teenagers because I was there myself, and the Holy Spirit is just like overwhelming over there. And if you haven't received the Holy Spirit, probably like PJ always have like a altar call to be baptized with the Holy Spirit. We need to desire that because the Holy Spirit, when we accept God, when we accept Jesus, it's within us. But we need to allow that Holy Spirit to be activated so we will bear fruit. And that's the fruit that we need. We will be recognized that we're from God because we bear fruit, and that's His fruit. So yeah, I really just want to share that one. It's like the fruit of the Holy Spirit and all that. But I really love that that the Holy Spirit was there, and these teenagers recognized that one. It's an awesome thing. And I think it's like, we'll support for any other spaghetti lunch or barbecue they're gonna do so that you can go to the next convention next year.